In this video, I'm going to showcase 12 tips to go from a beginner to a pro in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. Tip number 1, if you're interested in changing your offensive playbook, defensive playbook, or even your stadium, never purchase it from the auction block. And the reason why is because you can get them for cheaper by following one simple step. Instead of spending 3,000 coins on Lions offense, which is probably the best playbook in Madden, do this. Go to the set screen on Madden 22, filter it down by the program core team items, and you can open up this pack right here, the offensive playbook fantasy pack, or the defensive one, or even the stadium one. Now, to get the set done, you gotta put in a 74 overall player who right now would sell for about 500 to 700 coins, and instead of buying that playbook for 3,500, we do the set for 500 and we can select it right here. Tip number 2, let's talk about kicking in Madden 23. Now, I want every single person watching this video to go to the My Team section of Madden 23, go to game options, and be sure you have set your coin toss first choice option to kick. There's a reason why every single team in the NFL likes to kick off first. It's statistically advantageous. You're more likely to win the game if you kick off first, so go to your game options and select kick as your coin toss first choice. Now, tip number 3, if you're looking to potentially test out some abilities in Madden 23, if you go to the first ability slot of any card, so this Baker Mayfield right here, for example, every single ability in here is going to be free. And when I say free, what I mean is you don't have to spend any training points to get these abilities on your player. As you can see, there is no training number next to any of these. If I want to try them, I can put them on for free. If I want to put on other abilities like these ones right here, you guys will see they cost me 150 training, but the ones in slot number 1 on every card in Madden 23 are free. So if you want to test them, go on over and put some abilities on your cards. Tip 4, if you're having issues with Field Pass in Madden 23 and potentially not getting the rewards that you were owed by EA Sports, this is what you do. Go to the Field Pass that's giving you an issue. Let's say, for example, that was Gridiron Guardians, and let's say, for example, I simply wasn't getting the XP for maybe coming in here and doing a set. Well, what you would do is you would go on over to the mission that you think you completed, and it should say complete. If it says complete, what you want to do is click X on that mission. Go to the mission, click X on it once it's completed, and what that's going to do is it's going to trigger EA Sports to give you the XP you were owed. What you'll do after you click X on the mission is just back out, and once you go back to the home screen of Madden 23, you should see that you received your XP for whatever mission you were having issues with. Now, as we move on to tip number 5, if you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I post a ton of Madden 23 tips and tricks just like this, and I guarantee you, if you are subscribed to the channel, your Ultimate Team will get better. It's free, of course, so I would recommend you scroll down and click that red subscribe button. I will be making a part 2 to this video as well, where I go over tips to take you from a pro to an expert in Madden 23. So higher level tips than this. If you like this video, you'll want to see that one, so be sure you're subbed to the channel down below. Oh yeah, and can we touch maybe 1,000 likes on this video? If we do, I'm going to drop that pro to expert video on you guys. Now, tip number 5, but for real this time, this one's pretty simple. If you're playing a solo challenge, like for example, one of these solos in Headliners, and maybe you need to score 2 touchdowns on offense, this is what you got to do. So in this solo challenge right here that requires you to score 2 touchdowns, what you want to do is score your first touchdown and then come out in field goal block when you're on defense. Let your opponent score in a solo challenge like this that doesn't have any defensive requirements but does require you to score 2 touchdowns or 3, whatever it may be. You're gonna want to let your opponent score quickly to make it go faster. Tip number 6, we're halfway there, and this one is related to training rerolls in Madden 23. What I recommend you do is open up a reroll anytime a new promo comes into the game. So for example, right when Gridiron Guardians came into Madden 23, I would recommend you open up this pack one time. Whenever there's a new training reroll in the game, I recommend you open it. The reason being because EA Sports often makes mistakes with these rerolls and doesn't put the right cards in them. And then what happens after that is EA Sports gives out make rights, so potentially you could get yourself maybe a free master card by simply opening up this reroll once. Of course, if you don't pull it, it's not the end of the world, but let's say for example, EA was supposed to put this master card in rerolls. What they'll sometimes do is they'll give everyone that opened the pack a free BND master player because they messed up. So my tip to you is just to open up a reroll anytime they come into the game. Open up the pack one time right when you see something new. It'll guarantee that if there are make rights, you'll get them. Tip 7, I wish this was sponsored, but unfortunately it's not. I'm gonna plug mut.gg right here, mut.gg. Before you buy training in game, if you want to maybe open up a reroll or put abilities on your players, click the prices tab right here on this website, and this is going to show you the cheapest way to get training. So right now, 81s at 7.3k are the best deal, 83s at 15.8 are a good deal, and 85s at 35.6 are a pretty good deal as well. You can go by Xbox, you can go by PlayStation, and this is going to be an awesome website. Tip 8, I was thinking of maybe putting this one in the advanced video, but hey, we got it right here. Go to the Madden 23 Players tab on mut.gg, and if you're curious what player gets specific abilities, you can filter it down by ability right here, which I think is really awesome. So for example, probably one of the most overpowered abilities in the game, set feet lead, I can apply this filter and have set feet lead on my ability tab, and this will show me all of the quarterbacks in Madden 23 that get set feet lead. So if you're curious about an ability, be sure you go to this website and check if your specific player you're looking for is going to get it. Tip 9, if maybe you go to your team and you're like, damn, I'm not a fan of the team captain player I selected, maybe you got the wide receiver or the fullback and you're like, man, I wish I didn't have Larry Csonka, or maybe you want Larry Csonka, what you can do is you can go to your sets and go to the team captain sets. Because as you guys can see right here, when you filter it down by the program team captains, you're going to see a team captain exchange set. This is going to allow you to switch the team captain that you got. It's the team captain exchange. You basically put in your team captain and then you're able to get a pack allowing you to pick a new one. So if you're interested in changing your team captain player, come in here and make the switch. To get Madden 23 coins for the 100% cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now the next tip is going to be associated with checking pack odds in this game. If you come into the store and you're like, I want to try an Elite Legend pack, what I always recommend you do is click triangle before you open it, because this is going to show you guys the odds on the pack. So before you open up an Elite Legend pack, you can be like, I don't love the odds, I don't want to try it. Or maybe the opposite happens. You see this game day pack and you're like, you know what, these odds look pretty good, I want to give it a test, maybe I can get a good pull. And ultimately, I recommend you click triangle on the pack before you open it, just to kind of get a taste of what's inside and see whether or not you think it's going to be good for you, or maybe it's not worth it. Tip 11, I'm going to call this one focus kicker. Be sure you guys have the Justin Reed player item on your team as a kicker, fellas. Now the reason why is because he is one of the only players in Madden 23 who's affordable and gonna get the best ability on a kicker in this entire game. Now the ability is called focus kicker, and the only other player that gets it is a Justin Tucker card selling for 600k, so that should tell you how valuable this ability is. Basically what you do is you go to the card, you click upgrade, and you put the focused kicker ability on this player. It's gonna slow down the kick meter, and it's basically going to ensure that if you're kicking a field goal, you're not going to miss it. I know I most certainly have issues with lag. Sometimes I just miss field goals as well. So if you want to make sure to never miss a field goal again in this game, get Justin Reed, put the ability on him. It's going to make the kick meter go really slowly, so you'll be guaranteed to make it every time. Quick tip, but you want to do that. Tip number 12, if you come into the sets and you're looking to do a set for a new card in this game, almost 100% of the time, you do not want to buy players through the set. So don't click X and just buy the cheapest card you see, because a lot of the time, these players aren't even going to be the cheapest, and usually there's newer cards that get posted up that are cheaper than these players. So go to the auction block, filter it down manually, and then go by all offense or all defense to ensure you're finding the cheapest prices. If you made it to the end of the video, click the screen to hit that red subscribe button. I guarantee you, if you like this video, you'll like my future content. I show you how to make free coins, get free players, and build your team, and you're not going to want to miss it.